Hey guys, so today we're gonna be spilling some tea, and I'm gonna be filling you in on where I've been the past 2 months and why I haven't been posting, why I literally didn't post a video for like 2 months. Long story short, I never intended to take a break for 2 months. I never intended to go 2 months without posting videos. That's just how everything turned out because I am really busy and I don't always have the time to make videos, but I'm back. And not to say that I'm gonna have a specific uploading schedule, because I can't do uploading schedules to save my life.
Well, if you saw me on SWG, you know that it's true. I cannot do uploading schedules to save my life because I never stick to them.
But I'm going to, at least for now, to try to post more frequently. Sometimes I might be busy and I might go 2 months without posting videos, but sometimes I might not be busy and I might be making more videos and stuff. The video that I posted last week about solving with the quadratic formula, that was the only reason why I had time to make that video was because it was for school. It was an extra credit video because I was doing an extra credit assignment for math, because math normally comes really easily to me and I usually do really well in math, but somehow I had a test and I didn't exactly do as well as I wanted. So to make up for that, there was an extra credit assignment, because apparently I wasn't the only one who found that test difficult, because after that test my teacher put up a extra credit assignment for people who wanted to make up their grades. So that's what I did, and that's the only reason why I actually had time to make that video. I had my region orchestra audition 2 months ago, and spoiler alert if you haven't watched my vlog, I got in region orchestra, which I was really excited about. And 2 weeks after the audition I had the all-state orchestra audition, which is much harder to get into than region, because all-state you're literally competing against people from all over the state. And so I had that 2 weeks after the audition. When you sign up to do region orchestra, you can also sign up if you place high enough. I think it's for at least violins, it's the top 24. So the top 36 get in region, but the top 24 get to advance to audition for state if they signed up for that. And I signed up to audition for state. But honestly, I wasn't really expecting to actually place high enough to be able to audition for state. So I didn't really practice the all-state music as much as I should have, because I was so focused on the region music. So after the region audition, I had to really work on practicing my all-state music. Well, the music for the audition. And also with piano, I also had to practice all-state music for piano, because I was not expecting to get first place in the region piano competition thing. I did not get into all-state, but I did place 28th out of the entire state for piano. By the way, the top 3 get in, so at least for piano. I don't know for violin, but for piano they choose the top 3. So obviously that's really difficult, so I wasn't really surprised that I didn't get into all-state, because it's very difficult and you have to be the top in the entire state. But I still placed 28th, which was I was still really proud of that. And then for violin, I don't know exactly what my result was, where exactly I placed for all-state, but I figured out who made it, and I wasn't one of those people, but I probably still did really well on violin. A couple weeks after that, we had the region orchestra concert, and we had rehearsals obviously before that, and the week of the region orchestra concert was a really busy week because I worked on region music and I had rehearsals. Fast forwarding a month later, then I had final exams. Fun times. By the way, now I'm finished with final exams. I passed all my final exams, by the way. I had final exams and I had to study, and history was my most brutal one in terms of studying, because history is my hardest subject. And on top of that, the class itself specifically the history class that I'm in, the teacher makes it so difficult. And he's kind of more strict in terms of grading stuff and in terms of rules on taking tests and how we're supposed to get our work done. On top of that, it's just my hardest class. History isn't my forte. For 10 points extra credit on the final, he gave us the option to do our review, and if we turned that review in, then we would get 10 extra points on the final. So I did that because A, I needed to actually study the material and it was a good way for me to study, and B, I felt like I needed the extra credit because history isn't my easiest subject, so I need the extra credit. He had very, very specific instructions for this review. It had to be handwritten. We couldn't turn it in typed, and I did a typed draft of it, and then my intention was I was gonna, when I went to do the handwritten draft that I was gonna turn in, I was gonna copy it for my typed draft, so at least I had some sort of thing to work off of, and I wasn't like erasing a bunch of stuff and making my thing that I was gonna turn in very messy, so at least I could do all the messy work on the typed draft. So yeah, but the thing is, it was so much writing because like all my answers that I put were so long because like he wanted us to like explain so much stuff, like explain everything in detail and stuff, and I had 7 pages typed, and so I had 11 pages written, and I spent an entire night copying all this stuff onto like paper, like onto notebook paper, copying all this stuff from Google Docs onto my paper, and that took forever, and my hand was getting so tired and cramped, and it was like 2 days before the final, because like it's not like I procrastinated on this because I spent days just working on the type stuff because I had to look up answers and stuff, and then like 2 days before the final I did the handwritten stuff, and so the next day I was gonna like actually study the stuff, so I wanted to get it all done in one night. Yeah, and that was hard, and it was so brutal, and I hated it, and I just wanted to like be done with it, but I got it done, and I was so proud of myself when I got it done. My hand was so tired and cramped, and at the end, like, I didn't really care what my handwriting looked like as long as it was somewhat legible. That's not me normally. Like, normally I care about like making my handwriting look neat. You want to know what my very last final was? It was history. Of course it was, because that's my hardest subject and that's where I need the most time to study. Yeah, so I had my history final today. Today was the last day of finals, and now I'm done with finals. So yay. But basically, another story about my history final. Okay, so basically, you know what I hate? Like, I hate when we're taking a test and the rule is that we can't get on our phones until everyone is done. Like, I get, like, if we can't get on our phones while we're taking the test, but we can get on them when we finish, but if we can't get on it when everyone finishes, like, I hate that so much, because it's the most stressful thing ever when I have to, like, when it's like we're all just like waiting for everyone to be done, and there's always that one person or those 2 people or however many people who are like the slowest test takers ever. And I understand that like some people are like they really take their time, and like I get that and all, but like I just feel like it's just the most, like, and it's not like I can just like tell them to like hurry up, because like I understand that they need more time, but like it's just like I just don't think that the amount of time that I spend on my phone should be affected by these people taking their tests, because like if they need more time, like I'm all for that, but like, you know, I shouldn't have to like pay for that, you know what I mean? And so that's exactly what history was today. We could not get on our phones until everyone was done, and basically we had to use our Chromebooks to take the test because it was an online test, and there were very, very specific instructions. And also, another thing that I want to rant about for a second is the fact that my history teacher is so confusing sometimes, because like basically a couple days ago, or like sometime last week, like he was like talking about like how the final was gonna like work out and stuff. And so also I should also mention that like in history class we have a thing at the front of the room where we have to put our phones in, and it's like a rule. Like, we can't get on our phones in that class until he says that we can, and that's usually like a couple minutes before the bell rings. Okay, so I just had dinner, so like I was interrupted from making this video, but anyways, so back to it. So anyways, as I left off earlier, so basically he doesn't like let us get our phones back until like a few minutes before the bell rings to like dismiss us, and so basically we had to we have to put our phones in this like little thing with like pockets in the front of the room. And so basically he said, so like last week when he was like talking about the final, he said like, so like if you have Bluetooth headphones or something, you can like stream your music from the thing, the thingamajigabobber that you put your phones in. You can like listen to music while working on the test if you have Bluetooth headphones, and you can like do that. So then I was like, okay, so I'm gonna do that. Then come today, which was the day of the history final, I have my Bluetooth headphones all ready, and I'm about to put my phone in the thing, and I am about to get my headphones ready and stuff. And then he says, and then he goes and says, okay, no headphones during this test, no phones. Well, obviously, okay, so obviously the no phones rule is like obvious, but like then he goes on to say like no headphones during this test unless you want to get a 0. I'm like, really? Like, I mean, like he just said a few days before, like we were allowed to use headphones to like listen to music while taking the test, but now he says we can't do that. Like, okay, but yeah, so anyways, yeah, I did deal with that. Yeah, so anyways, but yeah, so he had all these very specific instructions on the test. Like one of them was no headphones, and so basically we had to, so our test was an online test and we had to take it on our Chromebooks, specifically our Chromebooks, no phones, no like personal computers, specifically our Chromebooks, which isn't a problem for me because like it's not like I can ever get away with going on my phone in that class. So like I've just like gotten used to not going on my phone in that class, and like I have a Chromebook, so like I have no problem with like using it, you know, so like that's not like a problem, you know. But like he said, like it's just, I'm just like stating all the very specific rules he had. So specifically our Chromebooks, no personal computers, and also we had to have, the only tab we were allowed to have open during the entire test was the actual test. We couldn't open any other tabs. And so, and also, it's not like anyone could get away with opening other tabs because he has, like, I think he has this thing where he like monitors like what people are doing on their computers or something. I don't know. But basically we had to have that tab open, only that tab open, the tab where the test was. We couldn't have any other tab open. And when we were done with the test, we had to close our Chromebooks. And yeah, so basically it was very, very specific. And then, I finished my tests in like less than an hour, probably. I don't remember exactly how long it took for me to finish the test. But I finished the test, and then like while I was like, after I finished, there was still quite a few people testing, so I waited. And then like I thought I was gonna have like an hour on my phone because like everybody seemed to like most people seemed to finish pretty quickly. Like by the time I was done, there were already a few people done before me. Like there were still quite a few people testing, but like I thought they were all gonna be done in maybe like half an hour or something, or like I don't know. But so like slowly everybody like started finishing and whatnot. And then at the end of the test, like there were these two people who like, I guess they need more time or something, which as I said before, like I have no problem with that. It's just like just the fact, it still annoys me when people test so slowly and we can't get our phones till the end of the test. But like it's not like it's their, like it's not like it's their fault, you know, because like, you know, some people do need more time, and like I understand that. I just can't change the fact that it annoys me when we can't get our phones till everyone's done, and there's always these people who test so slowly. But yeah, so there are these two people who I guess are like just taking their time like more than other people, you know. And I'm just like sitting there just silently willing them to hurry up. I'm not actually gonna go tell them to hurry up because like I don't want them to like be under pressure to finish, but like I'm just like silently just willing them to hurry up because I want to get my phone back. And yeah, so finally they finish, and we're all able to have like a few minutes on our phones. But like yeah, so I think, so basically the conclusion here is like I don't have a problem with the fact that some people need more time to take tests. I just don't like the fact that the time that I get on my phone in that class depends on how long other people take to finish their tests. That's what annoys me. It's not the fact that they need more time, it's just the fact that I can't have my phone until they're done, so I'm just like silently willing them, and it's the most stressful thing ever. So yeah. So I just spilled some tea. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a big old giant thumbs up. Oh, and also before I go, I've been getting a few questions on what's happening with SWG. Why haven't we been posting in like a couple months? And it's because we actually are taking a break, and we're actually going to be back in like a couple days. So like, don't worry, we're going to be back. But we've been taking a break for these last few months because we all got busy, and we felt that it would be better for the channel to take a break because none of us were like posting very often. And so if we all got a break, I think it would be easier. It would be like, if we all got a break from the channel, then we'd all be more motivated to actually post when we got back. So we felt that it was better for the channel to take a break, and so that's what we've been doing. So 7 Wowzerfying is not coming to an end. Make sure to stay tuned in the next few days to see some of your favorite members come back. And yeah, so anyways, that's pretty much it, and I will see you guys, the subscribers and viewers, in my next video. Peace out, y'all. Woo!